Yeah. Murder. Yeah. Murder season.
Let's go.
Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Go. This right here is ADB. Shout out to DGR. These rappers go against murder to be in DER. Cause any challenge I'ma take it, cook it up and I bake it. Keep it real, I won't fake it. So we're shaking. Your boy hating, I let the toy quaking. Throw bullets like Troy Aikman and leave that boy aching. Blood on the pavement, a flow like this is ancient. These rappers scared to face it. They couldn't tie my laces, lyrically get your cat pill. Flow sick, no COVID, but I'ma act ill. I don't wanna sign to your label, y'all giving rats deals. Take your top off when that Mac spill, now that's ill. The realest side of North, back still. Had my own work, ain't never took no pack deal. If I don't see enough profit, I don't see the interest. Dollar bills ain't adding up, then it's senseless. Ain't no fast way to success, you can't miss steps. Game of life, you might skip jail, but you won't miss death. Gotta get these bars off my chest like I bench press. Moving like a king, and I keep your bitch impressed. Niggas say how to be tripping like he missed that. Your men flex, take out your barber, your kin next. Looking for the ops like what blocks to spin next. The fifth blast like whiplash, you spin next. Bitch bad when she walk past, she spin next. Writing checks your ass can't cash, get you chin check. You better run from me, nigga, or get a gun for me. Signing out DGR challenges, beat the one for me.
Welcome to the Thanksgiving. Welcome to the dark side of Bravo Movie.
Never in the history of the Oakland Police Department has there been a day like today. 5 Oakland police officers were shot this afternoon, and tonight, 3 of them have
Network, Calico. Oh, Bravo Movie.
Cypress Village, the realest niggas that you ever feel real big like a realest, man, you understand me?
Nigga, next time you hear grown folks talking, shut the fuck up, yeah?
Network, Calico. Oh, Bravo Movie.
Oakland police are investigating 3 separate homicides. Those shootings happened over a 3-hour span last night. The first one was on 72nd and International Boulevard just after 7:45 p.m. Police say they got a shot spotter notification at that time, and when they arrived, officers discovered a person who had been shot at least once. That man was later pronounced dead at the scene. Police have not released any information about a suspect. An hour later, police responded to a second shooting 2 blocks away at 70th and International. Police say when they arrived, paramedics were providing life-saving measures, but the victim died at the scene. And then around 10:30 last night, another shooting, this one on 67th Avenue near Havens Court Boulevard. There, we're told that a person was pronounced dead at the scene. No suspects have been arrested in either of the 3 cases, and there's no word from police on whether these shootings may be connected.
It's been a deadly day in Oakland. Police are investigating the deaths of 4 people in separate homicide cases. The first happened just before 1:30 this morning on 89th Avenue near D Street in East Oakland. In that case, a man and a woman were found shot to death inside a home. Then several hours later, about 4:45, a woman was found dead on 18th Avenue near East 12th Street in the Fruitvale district. Police say officers on routine patrol found the woman lying in the street. They realized she'd been shot. Police believe a man who later showed up at a hospital with a gunshot wound was injured in the same shooting. And then just before noon, another deadly shooting happened on 106th Avenue near Sunnyside Street in East Oakland. Someone was found shot to death in a car. ABC 7 News was at the scene where a Jaguar crashed into 2 other cars. Late this afternoon, Oakland police held a news conference to discuss all of this violence.
Sadly, in the span of 10 hours, the city of Oakland experienced 4 homicides, 2 of which occurred in 1 incident. At this time, we do not believe any of these incidents are connected.
Police say no arrests have been made in any of these killings so far.
Yo, what's this nigga doing, bro?
Eight shooting deaths in 7 days. That is what Oakland police officers are dealing with right now. The most recent homicide happened just after 6 tonight in Oakland's Concordia Park. 7 other people have died across the city in just the last week. KTVU's Alyssa Harrington joins us live in Oakland, where some city leaders and community leaders are calling for action.
Well, Christina, some of these latest shootings happened in broad daylight. The police chief has said that gun violence is plaguing the city, and now at least 1 city council member is calling for the federal government to provide some support.
Cell phone video shows the aftermath of Friday's attempted robbery of a Brinks armored vehicle along East Oakland's International Boulevard. A Brinks employee is seen on the ground, helped by bystanders after getting shot in the leg. Sources say the Brinks guard shot and killed a would-be robber who was part of a group trying to rob the armored truck. City Council member Noel Gallo sent us this video. He said the city has been through hard times before, and he plans to ask the U.S. Attorney for support.
So what that involves in the past, well, the FBI and the U.S. Marshals have to come and support us.
Gallo is calling for agencies in the city and beyond to come together to prevent more lives from being lost. He said this includes police, the CHP, BART Police, and the Oakland Housing Authority. Gallo said in the past, one of the most effective methods was to reach out to younger people.
Most of all, we were able to cooperate with the Oakland Unified School District. Youngsters that were in our high school specifically, because some of them were being caught up in the negativity, the crime, and so forth.
So far, Oakland has had 94 homicides this year and 8 in just the past 7 days.
It's just a heartbreaking situation.
Antoine Towers is with the Violence Prevention Coalition, which works with those most likely to commit a crime or become a crime victim. He said they are working toward a safer Oakland, but there are a lot of root issues that need to be addressed, like helping people find jobs and ending cycles of trauma in underserved communities.
Instead of saying I need that quick fix and I'm not going to wait anymore and I'm just going to go for what I know, like allow us that are in position to help you to get where you want to go without having to throw away your life.
The Violence Prevention Coalition just marked the National Day of Remembrance for homicide victims yesterday outside of Oakland City Hall. And Antoine tells me that every death in the city is a very painful loss. Reporting live, I'm Alyssa Harrington, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
Alyssa, thank you.
Hell yeah, you see that shit, man? Them niggas is bugging. Yo, chat, what's popping? Hold on. Yeah, you see that nigga? What you doing, bro? That nigga on the floor and shit outside. Yo, chat, what's popping, man? Let's motherfucking go Network Calico. You know what the fuck it is, man. Nah, he got my lighter. I don't know what that nigga doing. He got my lighter, though. Fuck is popping, man. Chat, let's go. Cola, I see you. Kaheem, I see you. G-Mac. Let's motherfucking go. 050 in this motherfucker. You know what it is, man. Receive family, I see y'all. Let's go. Miss True, I see you. Who else in this motherfucker? I can't really read the chat right this second. But what's shaking though? Let me look at the chat. Yeah, you see that nigga? Them niggas outside, buddy. Fuck is popping? Big Cat, you know what it is. Dre-ski, let's go. I know what the fuck it is. This the fucking movement, man. Apex predators around this motherfucker, nigga. We apex predators around this bitch. I don't know what that nigga doing. He outside. He over there. He outside though. I'm online. Fuck is popping, man. We getting this shit together. We getting it together. We getting it together. Shit a fucking live. Let's go. I don't know what the fuck it is. You like my spliff. Shit a fucking loud. The elevator's downstairs. Y'all know what the fuck it is. Elevator motherfucking downstairs. But in the meantime, in between time, man, it's a lot of things to talk about, man. A lot of things been happening, man. You know what I mean? A lot of things been happening. A lot of people gonna be in disagreements. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? I heard it's a couple. My shit ain't right. I heard it's a couple of ceasefires going on. Well, matter of fact, there is a ceasefire going on. We're gonna talk about it. There you go, my shit, man. Yeah, man. We're gonna talk about it. I ain't gonna talk too crazy though. We on Calico platform. You know what I mean? Calico pop on. We gonna let Calico lead the way. Word, that nigga was outside late. I'm like, yo, man. Niggas, probably. I seen the nigga. I'm gonna let Calico, but I ain't gonna talk too crazy. But you know when I hit that live button, you know what time it is, right? We gonna talk about some things. Nothing too crazy though, but we gonna talk about some things. Yo, Calico, where you at? You gonna have me? You don't let me start talking crazy, and you gonna come in and I already start talking crazy, but we on your live though. I ain't gonna talk too crazy. I ain't gonna get too reckless with it. Real shit. All right, we modding up. Make sure everybody got a what you call it in this motherfucker. Okay. Okay. Yeah, man. Let's get the shit together, man. Let's get it. Say now, say now. Yo, Calico, fuck is you doing, man? Roll that shit already, nigga. Roll that shit, nigga. Like that shit. I don't want to start talking crazy. I'm gonna start talking crazy in a minute. Start talking crazy in a minute. We still on niggas' head though. I'm trying to light my split. My bad, y'all. We still on niggas' head though. Understand that. Well, I'm still on niggas' melon top. Certain niggas, I'm still on your melon top. I ain't forget about you. You ain't getting no pass around this motherfucker. Certain niggas. You know. Everybody else, it is what it is. You don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. If you fuck with me, you know what's gonna happen. I'm coming. I don't give a fuck who you is. Understand that. Under fucking stand that. Yo, Calico, your mic work? Your mic? Oh, you got you? I think your mic ain't working. Hold on. Yeah, my bad, y'all. But yeah, man. It's the first show. Once he gets shit together, we're gonna get it cracking. I don't really want to talk too motherfucking. Listen. I don't want to start talking too crazy and really get it popping. I start getting it popping, niggas know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, reality check real quick. All you niggas, certain niggas, don't think that it's lit. And certain people don't follow certain niggas and don't realize You know what I mean? Don't follow certain niggas and think that it ain't gonna be lit if you running behind certain motherfuckers while certain motherfuckers doing certain things. The people I'm talking about know who I'm talking about. As long as you don't do no fuck shit with the people who over there doing fuck shit, be alright. But the moment I smell fishy, as soon as I think something fishy, you already know. As soon as I think I smell something fishy, you already know what's gonna happen. Real shit. So take that warning with you and run with it. I'm only gonna say it once. Those who I'm talking about know who I'm talking about. We cool long as you cool. Not cool with each other. I'm talking about, you know what I mean? We cool as long as you cool. But niggas will fire. That's all I'm saying. We will fire. I'm a fire at any given moment. I ain't got nothing better to do. I ain't got nothing better to do. Hold on, let me read the chat. See, I mean, I had to read the goddamn motherfucker. Two devices. That's real shit though. Big Cat, I see you. Queen Mo Fire. You know what it is. Love you, sis. Oh, Mo Fire been in here. I ain't even see you, Mo. My bad. Trying to get this shit together. But anyway, like I'm saying, I'm gonna talk my shit to hip hop on, nigga. Understand that. Cause after that, ain't nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Ain't nobody want to, ain't no none of that. We all got, you know, whatever, people who do things. So that's neither here nor there. We got to cut that out on YouTube about who got what and what they can do. We all got when what and who can do what. Everybody got a brother, somebody they could, not me, I got niggas call on me, I'm just saying, but everybody, you know what I mean, got somebody they can motherfucking call. But all that shit about who somebody got and all that, we gonna kill all that. But yeah, it's ceasefire. But you know me. I'm an ignorant ceasefire. I'm a ceasefire that's gonna cease fire until I find some fuck shit. Till I find some fuck shit. And then I'm firing all niggas. Real shit, G-Mac. You know what it is, man. I'm trying to be easy, but this nigga gonna get me there. Once I get to going, I'm telling you. Once I get the motherfucking going, I'm telling you. Don't play with me, leave me up here, nigga. Real shit. There you go. I see your
Can you
shit.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I was like, man, what the fuck going on? I couldn't get this mic to shake right for shit. I was like, all right, maybe I just got to go out and come back in. My apologies, man. My apologies. But I got it together now, though. I don't know why the fuck that shit was slipping. Okay, man, who is this in the elevator? I want to see somebody in the elevator. Yeah. Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. But whoever that is, if it ain't nobody who we don't already, you gotta show their face, bro.
You already know. You already know. Whoever it was ain't there no more. No, it was a
Oh,
little
no.
short.
You came back in. That was me. You came back. Come back in and just show that.
Okay, I got you. All right, man. Yeah, so my bad, y'all, man. Like I said, it was a little technical difficulty, but we back at it like a motherfucking crack at it. Salute to the 050, the only motherfucking movement that's moving. You understand me? Salute to everybody from the town, man. Town business, West Oakland. It is that way. You know what I'm saying? The whole motherfucking Bay Area. Shout out to my people in Vallejo. Shout out to my people in Sac, man. Rest in peace, Roper, man. Fly high. You understand? G Block is the movement. You know what I mean? So from a couple of clips that I just shown, you know, because my place ain't too much different from anybody else's, man. It's niggas over this way don't know how to silence the violence. I don't know. I guess I got a couple of questions digging off into that. We're gonna stick to the content before we get into the other shit we need to address. Cause I heard you, DGR. You couldn't hear me. You understand me? And shout out to everybody that pulled up. You know what I'm saying? Queen Mo, Empress Cat. You understand me? G Mac, man. I see all my brethren in the building, all my sistren in the building. You understand me? But yeah, like I was saying, man, with the couple of clips that I just showed about the over excessive amount of violence that goes on, not even just in my city, but in my section. You know what I'm saying? I guess the question is, I mean, goddamn, how do we resolve that type of shit? You know what I'm saying? Or is it too late? Is it just, or is motherfuckers on a downward spiral to where? You think it's too late? It's on the downward spiral.
It's too late. Yo, tap Queen Mo Fire name for me, Calico.
Oh, that absolutely. So if it is too late, hold on, Mo. You already know what it is.
When I say too late, I don't mean too late. But what I mean is that shit's everywhere. Like motherfuckers be trying to curb it in one section. You know what I'm saying? That shit is all across America. You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That shit all across America. So you can't chill that shit in one motherfucking section. Like,
no,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not. So I guess the question is, and not even just in one in particular section, because like you just said, I mean, it's a cancer that, you know what I'm saying, that's all over America. So what are some of the obstacles in trying to stop it, or at least curve it?
You asking a nigga like me?
For you and also for the chat. You know what I'm saying? For the people that's in the chat listening. You know what I'm saying? What's the biggest obstacle standing in the way of us curving? What's the biggest obstacle in the way of us curbing this spiral of violence and just not giving a fuckery that we seem to be committed to? You know what I'm saying? And how do the lack of compassion towards our own get so prevalent? You know what I mean? What role does pop culture play? What role does shit like movies and music and that type of shit play?
Pop culture don't play no role in it. When you say pop culture, you mean hip hop?
Yeah, well, no, just culture as a whole, popular culture.
Yeah, I know.
And since hip hop is the most popular culture, yeah, what part does it play in that? I don't believe that it's the end all be all, but is it fair to say that does it play a part in it?
Okay, let me ask you this, right?
How much drill music do a motherfucker listen to before he really feel like shooting a nigga?
Okay, is that really a fact though? Because let me ask you this. This is real talk. So. Listen, this is real talk. Fuck me up. And this is real shit that our niggas could debate me all day on this. When MOP first came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had a skit on their album, and she was like, "Yo," basically asking a question about, you know, how the popular music, which is hip hop, like how hip hop influences. Do you feel like hip hop influences what you say, influences people to go do crazy shit? They ain't answer the question. They're like, next question, right? The reason why I said that is because while niggas was going crazy listening to How About Some Hardcore and all them niggas actually, see, back then we used to read magazines. You remember that, right? Niggas used to read magazines. Right. We had all these different magazines, nigga.
Salute, Mama B.
And you used to see you used to see other races, white kids and all that, taking pictures with Billy Dan's and Little Fame and niggas like these are these niggas fans, even though they didn't blow like they had underground white fans, is what I'm trying to tell you, right?
Right.
That being said, a lot of these drill rappers got white fans,
Right.
right? That are in the that are suburban, you know what I'm trying to say? And black fans, and Chinese fans, and Indian fans, and Muslim fans, and motherfucking whatever other race you could think of, fans that are not involved in street activity at all, correct?
Correct.
So why, when they listen to the music, they don't go do street activity?
That's a good point. That's a good point. Maybe it's because for ones whose feet aren't necessarily right next to the fire, for some, the danger is abso-factly real and a part of one's day-to-day life, and to others it's more that's standing far away from the flames. It's more in the sense of like riding a roller coaster. I want to feel the danger, but I want to be safe. I want to, you know, and
so basically you saying in the inner city communities, here's look, in the inner city communities, the things that they are talking about in the drill music is things that kids in the inner cities, even in some suburbs, to be honest with you, see on a regular basis, right? Correct? Okay.
Correct.
So the ones who they see it every day, they happen to listen to that music, right? So automatically what you're going to do is you're going to go and blame the music for how, in other words, if there was never hip hop music, you're trying to say that right now there wouldn't be niggas killing each other?
Abso-factly not.
So then what would have made them kill each other? What they would have started blaming? Movies?
I'll put it to you in this fashion.
We watch hood movies every day, but yet nobody blames the actors and say that, yo, the actors are making these people do things. Why is it only in music that it gets blamed?
I don't even think that it's necessarily in music.
I know niggas that kill niggas that don't listen to music, and this is a fact.
It's in hip hop. Hip hop is like the fucking poster child target. Now rock and roll had his run, but hip hop is the fucking poster boy for being a target for all of the social fucking problems. So yeah, I get where you coming from. I don't think that it's necessarily the music, because at any given time, if you allow, and this has always been my thing, if you allow a song to provoke you to go out and do something, then it's not fair for you to come back and blame the song, because the song didn't make you do it.
Right,
You made it.
right, but don't get me wrong. A song can invoke feelings. I've seen songs make people cry.
You was just finna go. You going where I was just finna go.
So a song can invoke feelings, but so can a movie.
Absolutely.
See what I'm saying? There's movies that make people cry, nigga. There's movies that make people want to be gangsters, nigga.
Absolutely. So then
Scarface had Harlem going crazy. The city of Harlem. Scarface, nigga, that shit was, you know what I'm saying?
It had them going wild. And the cold part about it ain't nobody ever paid it, but a lot of people probably never paid attention. It ain't one black motherfucker in the movie Scarface.
See what I'm saying? But yet niggas was having shootouts in movie theaters. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like niggas was killing each other when hip hop was positive, bro.
Absolutely. So
Scott
then do you think
got shot? When Scott LaRock got shot and with Boogie Down Productions, they wasn't rapping about killing niggas every day and all that shit. No, they wasn't, bro.
Absolutely. Absolutely
when
not.
What you call it got killed. So let's not act like it's the music that make people do shit. There was a time when most of the music that was dominating, all you ever heard was motherfucking positive hip hop, and niggas was still laying each other down for sheepskins and all that. Let's talk about it, bro. Well, you may not know.
No, that's a good point, man. Bucks made a good point too, man. Bucks said he thinks it's all about you knowing yourself, and I think that does play a big part in it. To where,
who said that?
Bucks.
Oh,
I think that.
Bucks.
Huh?
No, I was looking in the chat. Go ahead. No, I'm listening to what you said. I said I don't see
That
them.
Bucks right there. Us never them.
Oh shit, that is Bucks. I'm looking for the name Bucks, nigga. You got me tripping. I'm like, where the fuck? How come I don't see Bucks in the chat, nigga? I don't see nobody say fucking Bucks, nigga.
I know the Falingo bingo, man. I just know what my nigga like to say.
But I mean, that makes a point. But like I'm saying, you can't niggas was laying each other down before hip hop.
Absolutely.
Hip hop was invented in the 70s. So in the 60s and the 50s, niggas wasn't gangs. Niggas wasn't killing each other.
Not nowhere to the extent of how now. But yeah, crime did go on. People were being victimized. That's always been a thing. That's just part of human nature.
Things always escalate and get worse and worse and worse. It has nothing to do with the music. It has to do with time.
It has to do with times, but does music?
Times, the word time. It has to do with time. Everything elevates and either wears out. It either wears out or it gets worse and worse and worse. One of the two, bro.
So then the music of now is nothing more but just it's just more of a picture of the zeitgeist to what's happening. It's what's going on now. And does that
it's publicized, so it's embedded in people's brains. That's what it is. So then you have, look, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. The motherfuckers that was over there talking about Snoop Dogg and them black lady, what was her name? All them motherfuckers. The ever she grew up in. You seen the videos all over Instagram. If you suck my money, I'll link you. That's what these motherfuckers grew up off, but yet they have the nerve to say that these motherfuckers are talking sexual. You see where I'm coming from? This shit been going on. But back in our grandmother days and all that, they had bitches singing that type of shit, bro.
Absolutely. You got to look at the Red Foxes from back in the days and the kind of comedy that they was doing on them records. And
let's be real. Yeah. Let's not act like all of a sudden this shit happened. It's just that when it's more popularized, when it's able to be broadcasted, it always makes something look worse. For example, if a dude had 3 chicks living with him in America, right?
Okay.
It's not publicized or nothing, but people around, they may look, yeah. But nobody really makes a big deal out of it, because now let that nigga go and do a broadcast on the local news or something where he's actually talking about it, then all of a sudden people gonna have they're gonna have something you get where I'm coming from?
Absolutely. I think Tretch said it the best.
Because it's broadcasted.
What the boy Tretch say back in the days on that song, cussing wasn't nothing till a black man rapped.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Once it's broadcasted, it's always gonna make it look worse because it's broadcasted. Niggas been laying each other down in the 80s and the 90s, early 2000s, before they was Instagram and all that. Now the fact that it's broadcasted, don't you know there's really less murders in Chicago lately now when it be more than it was before Instagram and all that? Like, niggas don't get it. Like, niggas think shit is worse now because it's being broadcasted, but it's really not.
It was always what it was, huh?
Name a time when they was shutting down prisons, nigga. I'm coming home from up north, nigga. We passing through the towns. When you coming down on a bus from up north, you know what I'm saying? I was damn near by Canada. When you coming down, we passing through different hubs. You hearing the commercials on the radio. This is God. If I'm lying, I'm flying, nigga. The commercial on the radio, you hear people talking, please don't close such and such correctional facility, because what is my husband going to do? You hear the little kids, don't let my daddy lose his job. This is facts. They was closing prisons. I came home in what? 2010. Them niggas was closed between 2008 and 2011, 12. If anybody was locked up, know that them niggas was closing mad prisons up north. Niggas was coming home to reception. When I came to motherfucking Watertown, when I came to Watertown, nigga, when I'm on my way back down and I stopped in Watertown hub, nigga, the fucking dorm was empty, my nigga.
Say a motherfucking ghost storm in there.
No, this is real facts. This is, and I'm willing to debate anybody on this, nigga. The dorms was empty in Watertown. Then when niggas, I'm talking about niggas is coming down and going back up. Niggas in Ulster County, niggas in downstate, shit is empty, boy. Ulster County got mad space in it. You know why? But see, so the point I'm trying to make to you is, it was never a time in the motherfucking 80s, 90s when blood started coming in and all that. When the kid, you crazy? It wasn't no jails empty, nigga. Them shits was full. What I'm trying to tell you is, they make crime look more now because it's broadcasted. Everybody's talking about it. But the same motherfuckers would have been getting shot if motherfuckers couldn't go live and talk about it, bro.
Straight up. Straight up. And boy, the way that these motherfuckers with these devices now, self-snitching, we ain't even finna talk about how that shit's so prevalent in that all the time, huh?
Facts, G-Mac. Like, let's not act like crime actually started going down, nigga. Like, but it's that when shit becomes more prevalent, it makes people do more things. For example, back in our day, you didn't have no motherfucking Instagram. You couldn't pick up your phone and be like, look, I just caught a motherfucking op. You know how many niggas done seen ops and gave niggas passes, bro? You give a fuck. Any gangster come up here and niggas is lying. Niggas done seen niggas with their kids or some game of pass. Now the age of social media, niggas you're young, so you want to show up, and now you got a big ass crowd to show off for. Everybody's able to make a name. Back before that, nigga, you couldn't make a name. A nigga in Harlem, I'm putting it to you like this. A nigga in Brooklyn, his name would not be known in the Bronx unless it was known from the street. You get what I'm saying? Now, right. A nigga name could be known anywhere because of fucking social media, bro. It's giving niggas more reason to want to do shit because they can go live and broadcast it to be popular. It's not necessarily because of music, and it's for popularity. There's ways for people to do shit and be seen now. Clout. Niggas want to get clout. You feel me?
Somebody mentioned that in the chat earlier, man. You know what I'm saying? Clout plays a part in it, and these motherfuckers, clout is like a drug to these niggas.
Yeah.
Clout is like a drug to them, man.
That's what it is. It's the fact that nigga could whip out his phone right now and be like, yo, we can go down the block and go catch these niggas. And now it's broadcasted that you did that. Back before, when niggas was going to blow niggas' brains out, niggas wasn't taking their cameras out and showing themselves doing that shit, nigga.
That was the last shit that was on the motherfucker's mind.
Nigga, like, are you crazy?
Straight up. Yeah, that was the last shit on the nigga mind right there, bro. That shit.
I know this is real talk. This is, and I'm not even exaggerating. I know niggas that lost their minds when technology started being everywhere. I'm dead serious, bro.
Straight up.
No, I'm not even being funny, bro. I'm dead serious.
I know you telling the truth.
I know criminals that damn near lost because them niggas like, these motherfuckers got kept. Like, get what I'm saying? Since when it's like everybody got a cell phone out, nigga, like, what the fuck?
Like, man, we did not come from that era. We don't, it don't compute.
It don't compute.
It's not gonna compute. The motherfuckers that come from that era before this is gonna scratch a hole in their motherfucking head trying to figure this shit out. Like, man, what is wrong with these niggas? You niggas really that dumb?
Right.
You niggas really that dumb?
And then you got niggas that dumb that make you feed into it. I'm suspect to it too, nigga. I'm prone to it too, nigga. Fuck you mean, niggas, them niggas will make you do. Now you fucking, you get what I'm saying?
Straight up.
Now you tell a nigga to come outside and you know he bringing his cell phone with him. See that now? It's like, see what I'm saying, bro?
Make a nigga want to back up. I'll put it to you like this: because of the acceptance of what wasn't accepted, and because of the way that things are broadcasted and the way that it was reprehensible to do at first, is the reason why some of these niggas that's really rats in the streets is walking around proud and wild and loud today.
Listen, right now,
it's a few colorful head niggas that would have been smacked out if it wasn't for how this social media shit.
And here's the thing about it. Right now, niggas ain't running from jury duty. That's the easiest thing right now. Everybody's on camera. It ain't like back in the day when niggas was actually fighting cases. There's niggas who's going to trial and these niggas is dead on camera.
Absolutely.
And these niggas talking about now I'm not taking a plea. Nigga. These niggas is on camera, blowing a nigga head clear on camera, face clear on camera, talk about it wasn't me. I mean, I hear you, bro. Yeah, I hear you.
All right. Well, guess what? You'll be telling your motherfucking self, you'll be telling your celly that it wasn't you. Cause you finna get an all expense paid motherfucking brand new place to live, nigga, and they gonna have the keys for you right there at the gate. Trust me. A 1-bedroom apartment with stainless steel appliances in a gated community.
Right. Niggas want to live in gated communities, right? Nah, that's real shit though. And that's what I be saying. So when you ask a nigga like me that question, that shit really don't, to me, social media just enhances it. That's so it doesn't even enhance the rate of it. It enhances the boldness of it.
Right. I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Now a nigga don't care if you on live. Before, if a motherfucker, listen, I know niggas that before that wouldn't even kill a nigga if he was on the phone because they figured, look, if that first shot, they'll kill him. He turned around and say my name, I'm done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga wouldn't even kill a nigga while you're on the phone. Now motherfuckers is running shit. You could be on live and board with cameras, everything. See what I'm saying?
It's acceptable. Ah, good Jesus. Well, how did we fall so far? How did we fall so fucking far, man?
Look, it is what it is.
Okay, I'm gonna jump into the next piece of content, man. I was looking up this spot called Oscarville, right? And Oscarville caught my attention because of this reason. It just happened to be something that flew across my radar. And I'll go ahead and play it. And please, if you want to pull up, absolutely hit the doorbell, absolutely hit the elevator button, man, and we'll send the elevator on down to you at the lobby so you can come on up to the penthouse. Don't be afraid. You feel me? But yeah, I'm gonna play this next one as food for thought and to provoke conversation and to also spur people on to do research to find more places like this. Let's go.
May Crow is buried here at this Gainesville cemetery, but the trail of destruction following her death stretches into the land surrounding Forsyth County, buried beneath these waves of Lake Lanier, where in 1912 nearly every black resident was forced out. That includes people living in an old black town called Oscarville. The community was formed in the late 1800s during the Reconstruction era.
There was a very strong community feeling among the blacks. About 300 children that went to some of the schools that were the black schools, and it was closely connected to the churches.
Georgia history teacher Lisa Crosby says Oscarville was a thriving black community, full of carpenters, blacksmiths, and bricklayers, but farming was the top trade.
So they really had kind of a miraculous farming growth here while the rest of the state was really struggling.
But then residents were abruptly forced off their land.
So the flashpoint, I think, is 1912.
This takes us back to the death of May Crow. The 19-year-old white woman was found dead in the woods near Oscarville, presumably after being raped.
Typically, the answer to white girls being raped was go to the black community and just start blaming people.
By nightfall, terror began to reign over Oscarville.
So from there, the rage and hatred in the community, mobs got together and they were called night riders, and they were riding throughout Oscarville and driving out the black community.
And the night turned deadly. You know, they were waking up by fires outside, fire bombs thrown in the church.
Filmmaker Bob Mackey recaptures those horrific nights in an upcoming television series.
Anytime anything happened, guess where everyone would go? To the church. Well, they attacked the church. People were hung, lynched.
Mackey's series features stories of direct descendants like George Rucker, who can trace his family back 4 generations to Oscarville. He tells the story of his great-grandfather, Bert Oliver, and the entire family being forced off their land.
Night riders came through. They had to leave everything. The main thing they left was property, and my grandfather had 100 acres.
Rucker says many relatives died as they tried to flee.
So when they got to the Chattahoochee River, from what I understand, they were told, when the mob got up on the bridge, they were told that they either had to swim or drown. Most of them didn't make it. My grandfather, one of them that did make it, he lost some brothers and sisters.
He says his relatives who survived settled in Gainesville.
From what my mother told me, Bert Oliver, he would sit and tell her this story, and he would just sit and cry.
Crosby says whites in the area took over the remaining properties. She says Oscarville farmers were specifically skilled in raising poultry, which set the pace for Gainesville eventually becoming poultry capital of the world.
You have a farm already going, and you had free land, so you just take it.
Rucker says his great-grandfather married his second wife, Beulah, and they built this school that still stands in Gainesville today. By the late 1950s, the Beaufort Dam was built and Lake Lanier was formed, covering up Oscarville and swallowing most of its history. Many believe Lake Lanier is haunted because of the high number of drownings. We spoke to officials who tell us because there is an entire town that includes structures and even forest areas with trees that are 60 feet tall, it makes it more difficult to navigate through, and someone can easily become trapped in debris, leading them to drowning. We have so much more on this story on our website.
I know where Forsyth is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
I know
there I
where
go. Right. And the crazy shit is, it's so many towns, it's so many all black towns like that that are underwater and that was purposely drowned out.
Bugs.
I mean, that's all I'm saying. I'm trying to get a chat food for thought as well, man. We're gonna keep it content oriented. What's your thoughts? I want to see some thought provoking shit going on, man. What's people's thoughts in the chat, man? Let me see. Thoughts on what's underwater. What's underwater is a whole city. A whole town is underwater. And the cold part is that that's not even the only one like that. That's not even the only one like that. That's the crazy shit. So
only what like that, you said?
That's not the only all black town that's underwater like that. They did a few towns like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like on some systematically erasing history type shit.
Systematically
erasing history.
The Mandela effect.
You know what I mean? That's definitely crazy, man.
I was having this conversation with one of my sisters the other day, right?
Talk about it.
Then I had brought the conversation to you. I think it was you. We talking about the Mandela effect, right? Oh no.
Nah.
But peep game, right? When Nelson Mandela got released, right? When he came to New York, where did he go and where did he go?
I'm not sure.
All right. Google when Nelson Mandela got released, where did he go and do a speech in New York City?
Where did Nelson Mandela do a speech in New York City once released?
According to WNYC, it was his first visit to the United States after being released from prison. At the end of the ticker tape parade up Broadway's Canyon of Heroes, he stood on the steps of City Hall and gave this speech.
City Hall.
Right. That's all they mentioned, right?
Right.
Why they didn't mention Boys and Girls High School in Brooklyn?
I guess it wasn't as newsworthy.
It wasn't as newsworthy?
I mean, I guess to the powers that be, I mean, it's no coincidence that
It's not that it wasn't. It was all over. It was on the news and all that. They had people there to come in there to see him and all that. It was on the news and all that. And Boys and Girls High School before they before it was Boys High School, Boys and Girls High School in Brooklyn on Atlantic Avenue.
okay, you know what? I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I thought you said the Boys and Girls Club. That's what.
No, Boys and Girls High School in Brooklyn.
Okay. And they never mentioned that.
In Brooklyn. Chip said facts. I don't know if Chip was talking about what I said, but that's the Boys and Girls High School. Like, everybody was outside and all that, waiting for the nigga to have the whole motorcade and all. I was a little nigga. But I remember that shit because my father made sure I remember that shit, bro. But now, you Google that shit, you will never find that shit nowhere.
I wonder why.
Hold on. Do they have photos of him standing on the steps in City Hall and all that day?
I don't know. You're gonna have to look it up.
But how was that just managed to be left out?
It's definitely
how was that managed to be left out of history? That's pretty strange.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I think it's strange the amount of shit that's been left out of history is definitely not by accident.
Just want to know.
That's what I think. I think a lot of the shit that's been left out of history is not by accident.
It's not by accident, huh?
Absolutely not. You know what I mean? Think about it in this aspect. The FCC, which is the ones who control, you know, what's the Federal Communications Commission is what controls what we see as far as mass media, especially when you're dealing with the big four.
Okay. Facts. Okay, I see what you say, Chip. I see you. Okay.
You know what I mean?
I went to Weston House. If you went to Weston House, nigga, back then, shit. So you went to Weston House, nigga, and I had argument with niggas and all that because my cousin Joe, nigga, who was well known at Weston House, Joe Ski, the nigga name was Joe, nigga. He went all the niggas went to school. Buster, Biggie, niggas went to Weston House, but that's neither here nor there. But that nigga went to Boys and Girls. I mean, Mandela didn't go to Boy. He went there to do a speech, and it had mad. I was a little nigga, had mad police and all that shit there. And I asked my pops, I'm like, yo, what's going on? He was like, yo, Nelson Mandela coming there, bro. This is a fact. But they erased that shit from fucking history, bro.
Ain't that some shit?
That's the old Boys and Girls High School, nigga. That's when they had. I think they still fixed it up now. They got the racetrack around the. But they had the field with the racetrack around it and all that shit.
That's something else right there, brethren. But I mean, again, like I said, look at who we dealing with. Motherfuckers that's professionals at mass media manipulation. I mean, shit, is this anything different from Operation Mockingbird? You up on what that? You up on that one, Dice?
What?
Operation Mockingbird.
Nah.
What was Operation Mockingbird?
I'm using the chat at the same time. I'm answering questions I didn't even hear you ask. What was the question?
Look, hold on. I'm gonna play it for you. I said, are you familiar with Operation Mockingbird?
I've heard of it, but I'm not very well versed in it at all.
Okay, let's run it past the masses one time. What is Operation Mockingbird?
Operation Mockingbird is an alleged large-scale program of the United States Central Intelligence Agency that began in the early years of the Cold War and attempted to manipulate domestic American news media organizations for propaganda purposes.
I'm a firm believer in if you do something once, you'll do it twice.
Can I ask you a question, though? Can you Google real quick for me, just for me? Can you answer this for me?
Absolutely.
What year did Nelson Mandela go speak at Boys and Girls High School in Brooklyn?
What year did Nelson Mandela speak at Boys and Girls High School in New York? Says Mandela.
That's crazy, right?
I'm looking.
Now, type, was Nelson Mandela ever scheduled to speak at Boys and Girls High School in Brooklyn?
Okay, when you say in Brooklyn, it's Boys and Girls High School in Bed-Stuy?
Yes.
Okay. So what it says right here is Nelson Mandela's first stop after landing in the United States will be at a Bedford-Stuyvesant High School whose students need more black role. Say again?
No, I'm saying thank you. And that's what they talking about, boys and girls. Now, when you Google it straight, what's the first thing they do? They even mention that, or did you have to scroll to find that?
I had to scroll on that one.
All right, you have to scroll all the way down on that one, right? Why they push that back in history like in that, and they don't say, oh, Bed-Stuy High. Why they don't say, yo, Nelson Mandela went to Boys and Girls High School? They try to erase it, bro. I've had arguments.
They didn't even so much mention the high school. They just said a Bedford-Stuyvesant High School. They didn't even mention the high school.
Exactly. Why not? It was thousands of people piled up in that thousands of people, nigga, all hanging on the gates and all that to see this nigga, bro.
Straight up. Well, I think that, and I think it's for that reason of how they choose to promote or lack thereof of certain things and events is the reason behind why your father made you go there, because he knew how much you needed to see it. So you can now, in this day, bring that up for the next little troops that's behind us who wouldn't have never even had a motherfucking clue of that.
Exactly.
Because your father understood that the media damn show wasn't finna make it easy to see.
That was a fact, nigga. He made sure I saw that shit. From work that day, and we were standing around outside, but he didn't want to take me down because I was a little. I wasn't that little. I had to been like probably like 7, 6. I don't remember, but I wasn't little. The point I'm saying is, I remember he made sure.
He was a youngster.
Yeah, Nelson Mandela gonna be here. Bum, just like that nigga took me to the Twin Towers. But I was little. I was like, I don't care about him. You know, I'm in there looking like why, but I'm like, he took me to Twin Towers. Next thing you know, that shit fall, nigga.
Right. That's crazy, man. That's wild.
And that was the only time I've been here.
I can only imagine what that tragedy is like to have had went through. So like people don't understand, and I'm not even speaking. This was a terrorist attack that happened on 9/11. This is not even in the same realm of people who would have suffered some kind of PTSD from, let's say, a natural disaster. You know what I'm saying? Because this wasn't an act of God. It was actually the act of the opposite of the devil. You know what I'm saying? And to sit and witness, I can remember that shit like most people in America. I can remember that shit like it was yesterday. As soon as I was being woke up, little mama rolled up, walking. It was like, "Hey, man, look, man, a motherfucking plane just hit the World Trade Center." So I'm getting up and I'm looking at the shit on CNN, right?
Nigga, you were talking about CNN, my nigga. I was, and this is facts.
I get it. I know. I'm just saying. And I want to say that I knew. Yeah. I already said that this shit didn't smell right. But when that second plane hit, because I'm saying to myself, only when the first plane had hit, how does a pilot not see the tallest goddamn building in America? Outside of a whole motherfucking plethora of buildings that span 80 fucking stories high.
You knew shit was real when and this is facts. Calico, you probably know, but I'm talking about like there's people who's gonna take this. I know the names already. Gonna take your DGR. When DGR is ready to go show his rap sheet, I promise you, September 11th of that year, nigga, I was in when the Warren squad came and got me that morning, nigga. The day the World Trade Center blew up, my nigga, I was in the back, and when the buildings hit, nigga, we was going to court. Niggas was, everybody who was in New York know back then, the Warren squad used to come like 5, 6, 7 in the morning, and them niggas would go to different neighborhoods and round everybody up and have you sitting in the back of the car till they get all the people they need to get, and then take y'all niggas to court. See what I'm saying? Right. Nigga, we was handcuffed when we went to the courthouse. That's when the second building hit. While we was sitting in the court waiting for the judge to come out, they got everybody who got warrants sitting on one side, and the people who coming in who's walk-ins on the other side of the courtroom. Right. Nigga, we sitting there. The fucking courthouse closed down, my nigga. I'm talking about
before the second plane.
Listen, there's niggas who's in there getting sentenced and all. Niggas don't give a fuck. Everybody leave. I'm not talking about the prisoners. No, everybody who's nigga. If you are not incarcerated, if you don't have handcuffs at that moment, everybody out, bro. Even niggas who had handcuffs on, who had warrants that were, everybody out. They not. How they gonna take you in the back? That nigga. So the city was shut down. They not bringing nobody in back there, bro.
Right.
See what I'm saying? That's when niggas knew shit was real. Them niggas shut the whole downtown Brooklyn off. Nigga, I remember that because niggas hopped out of home. Everybody was running over to downtown Brooklyn. You know what's on niggas' mind.
So let me ask you this.
Downtown Brooklyn, all the stores was closed, nigga. Everybody had their gates down. They were standing in front of their stores with sticks and all that type of shit. Facts, nigga.
So look, let me ask you this. So at the time that the courthouse shut down and they told everybody to get out.
Hold on. Pull me up on the.
You say what? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, because I want to know at the time that they shut the courthouse down, was that at the time that that the planes had already hit, both planes had already hit, but before the towers fell? That's what I want to know. But shout out to my people out there in the East, man. I'm sure that anybody that had to live through that, especially at the epicenter of it, and even worse for the ones who had to witness that close range, that can be nothing short of traumatizing. That shit could be nothing short of PTSD. To my New York people that's in the building, pull up. I want to interview y'all about that and ask y'all about how y'all felt. Like, what was the vibe where you was? What were you going through when that happened?
Yeah. Now, what you was about to ask me? You said when the stores was closed. What?
Okay. What I was finna say to you was when they told everybody get out of the courtroom.
Yeah.
Was
the
this
courthouse.
Before? What was this before when they start shutting shit down? Was this before the towers collapsed and after the planes hit?
Hell yeah. Listen, by the time this is real talk. I put this on my mama, nigga. This is real shit. On everything I love. When we got there, the first building was already hit. There's papers. Right. Everybody know criminal court in downtown Brooklyn. It's right there, nigga. The papers is flying. You seeing papers like fucking papers, regular papers, sheets of papers flying all around downtown Brooklyn, nigga. Downtown Brooklyn is right near Tillery Street. That's by the bridge. The courthouse is right by the bridge.
So this is before. This was before the second plane hit, though, right?
Before the second plane hit. Once the second plane hit, we in the court. You hear all the walkie-talkies start going crazy. You see the fucking, you know what I'm saying? The police, everybody walking around, everybody on their phones. They like, oh my God, people cry, all type of shit. The fucking court shut down. And niggas, the bailiff's like, everybody out the courtroom, everybody out, nigga. Everybody's coming out the court, nigga. Period.
Straight up.
Because now, once the second plane hit, they thinking that we getting attacked. Nigga, fuck you mean? Everybody got to get the fuck out.
That was the point I was gonna make.
Nigga. What judge is gonna be on the bench?
When I'm sitting at the house, right, and I get tapped and woke up, about the first plane. Like I said, I got the news before the second plane hit. So I'm watching the shit and it's already smelling tainted to me because I'm like, okay, unless this plane, no, I can't even say that because even if this plane ran out of gas, out of fuel, the pilot would have enough wherewithal to steer that plane into the water.
That's how they knew it wasn't an attack. The first one, I guess people figuring it could have been an accident, that whatever the fuck it was. Son, son, the first one,
that's the point I'm making.
Matter of fact, I'm lying. I'm lying because it wasn't the second plane. It was the second plane. When we picking people up. No, hold on, because I ain't even gonna lie about it, nigga. I got paper. When they picking everybody up, like doing the rounds, like to pick the other people got one. We seeing the papers flying. We down in Red Hook. This is my word. We in Red Hook. They driving around down by Red Hook and shit. Nigga, you seeing the papers. We seeing mad papers. Everybody like, what's going on? The police hear it on the warrants. The police hear this shit on the radio. Yo, the shit just got hit. As we going to the thing, it wasn't the first plane. As we going to the thing, that's when the second plane hit. Bang. Okay. As we're going to the courthouse. Now, when we going in the courthouse, everybody's panicking and all that. And that's when they shut the courthouse down.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, when the second plane hit,
the National Guard, this is facts, nigga. ATF and all them niggas was at Tillery Street. Tillery Street is right before you get on the bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge to go to Manhattan, downtown, right? The bridge is what everybody used to come from the World Trade Center. The bridge was like a fucking cloud of it looked like a bunch of roaches with boric acid on them, nigga. Real shit. Like all you see was mad white shit bouncing across the bridge. Everybody was covered in powder coming across the bridge. This is facts. ATF and all them niggas is standing at the edge of the bridge on both. I don't know what's going on the other side because we didn't make it to the other side, so I can't lie. But on the Brooklyn side, the whole Tillery Street had nothing but feds, nigga. ATF, all them niggas out there with machine guns, all that shit.
Straight up.
And downtown Brooklyn was closed. All the stores, the fucking everything was closed downtown Brooklyn. Everything. The whole Fulton Street. Everything shut down, nigga. And the owners are standing outside and shit. They standing in front. Some of them got shit in their hands. Some of them just standing there and shit. But the gates is down on everybody's shit because niggas automatically knew. Niggas coming to start looting, nigga.
Exacto. Exact. Any kind of
Son, what you think niggas was trying to do? Look, I could the statute of limitations passed, nigga. I could bring niggas who'll tell you, son. Niggas was trying to get to Manhattan, nigga, to the Diamond District. You crazy?
Straight up.
My nigga, the Diamond District wide open. The buildings just fell, my nigga.
Okay,
what you talking about? It's real shit.
Let me say this. Let me say this. So, as I'm looking at the news when the first plane hit, like I said, it already smelled funny. But when that second plane hit, I looked over and told the person that was in the bed with me, I told her, I said, listen, don't be mistaken. That second plane was definitely attacked. She was like, are you sure? I'm like, watch this. Guaranteed what's finna come out in the news. But what I can say is that even though once that second plane hit, it kicked in, I knew what it was. What I wasn't expecting was then for later those buildings to fall. When those buildings fell, I'm locked into this motherfucking TV station like, God, do you see this shit?
Calico, you know the corner of my block, right? So, and for niggas who know, nigga, they know. We see the buildings fell. You could see the buildings falling from the corner of my block, bro. Especially from my roof, nigga. You could see clearly the World Trade Center, bro.
Right.
I'm gonna put it to you like this.
Wow.
Anybody who know downtown Brooklyn, they got a clock. The clock, you can see the shit through like half of Brooklyn. It's a clock that's, man, I don't know how many stories it is, but right before downtown Brooklyn, there's a clock. Right by BAM, there's a clock. Brooklyn Academy Music, there's a big ass clock that stand mad tall. It's a building that got a clock on top of it. The World Trade Centers used to be, from my angle, it was right behind the clocks, nigga. So basically, niggas seen the shit fall standing outside, nigga, on the corners in the hood. I'm not gonna say the streets and all that. Don't worry about it. But if niggas who know, they'll know. Yep, that nigga outline because that whole block, everybody, now you can see the shit clear as day.
Right. That's crazy, bro.
But the thing
That's
about it
wild.
was, niggas got other activities all day, man. Niggas try to figure out how
Yeah,
the
no,
fuck to get
I
to the
definitely
diamond
get it.
district, nigga.
I definitely get it. It's like, man, hold on, bro. Hold
What you
on.
think all the jewelry stores downtown closed for, nigga? If that smoke would have a bar would have hit somewhere over there, niggas would have been, my nigga. If ATF and them wasn't holding the bridge down, like niggas couldn't, niggas couldn't get across the bridge. You could not make it to Manhattan, nigga. You could only leave Manhattan. You was not
Top
able to
shot.
get
Let me
to
see the
Manhattan
face.
unless you was a volunteer. Like you wanted. So I had niggas, dogs, man. I ain't even gonna get into it. But just know that I got some boy. Niggas was doing all type of shit to get over there, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
Straight up. No, it was the same way with them LA riots. Oh, motherfuckers.
Yeah, but the riots is different. The riots is different from a building. Here's what I'm trying to say.
No, I know, but it's
There's
still opportunity.
20, 30 blocks around the 20, 30 blocks circular that got windows blown the fuck out and all that, bro. Who is there?
Right. It's like a fucking foot and a half
nigga?
of glass on the ground.
Yo, can I say something?
Top shot was popping.
Chilling, Brody.
Top shot,
Yo,
what up?
when that shit happened, chilling, bro. When that shit happened, bro, I couldn't go to work that day, bro. That's how crazy it was. I was 18 years old, bro. That shit was crazy. But
Wow.
yo, you notice how I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theory person. You notice how certain people wasn't there working that day when
Oh yeah,
that
you
shit
don't gotta
happened.
because They were saying it wasn't no Jews it wasn't no certain denomination of people that was present that day. None of them came to work. None of them took a loss that day.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know, that was gonna lead into my next question. So when the towers fell, some people described it as a lot of series of booms going off like bombs, like charges, like boom, 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 boom.
That's in the video. You'll see it. They have video of it where you'll see the chargers going off, bro.
Yeah, no, I seen it. I seen what looked like that, but it could.
The Pentagon got hit that day too, right?
The Pentagon got hit where it was supposed to get hit. The Pentagon is still there and standing. The Pentagon got hit in a wing that was frivolous.
Already under construction.
Yeah, that shit was frivolous where the Pentagon got hit at. Nigga, that was frivolous. That was there. That was just put there, okay, hit it on the shit. Come on, bro. The plane, if a plane wanted to hit the Pentagon, the plane would have caved down and landed on top of the whole fucking, it blew up right on top of the whole fucking Pentagon, bro. Right. You know how big a plane is, bro?
You want me to tell you what my thing was always with the Pentagon? Why is it that they only ever showed a series of still photos? This is the Pentagon we talking about. Y'all mean to tell me that an average motherfucking street corner can have a street corner liquor store can have better surveillance footage than the motherfucking Pentagon, to where you just showing still pictures?
Listen, not only that, my nigga, let's use common sense, right? You know the size of the plane that they said it was supposed to be, right? Now, do you think that plane would have disintegrated on one half of the building?
Absolutely not.
My nigga, if you take a car and launch it if you would have launched a car through that building, my nigga, at a force where it was going through, that car would have been damaged when it came out, but that car would have came out the other side, bro. It might have been missing skin and all that, but you get what I'm saying? A fucking plane dissolves inside the fucking building, bro.
Okay, so
is anybody paying attention to that?
Yeah, no, I get you.
The plane blew up inside the fucking building.
So what do you think the conspiracy angle is, if it is one?
What do you mean? They wanted to blow the World Trade Center up, bro. It's very simple.
Okay. No, I've heard it, but I just wanted to get your personal.
Let me ask you a question. What's in the World Trade Center?
Oh shit, finance, commerce, and anything that does with money. This is why it's called the Trade Center, because they're trading a lot of commerce around the world. Everything in that building has something to do with some money.
What is in the building? What place? What place where people stand at is in that building? That used to be in that building.
What, the observation deck? The courthouse? I don't know. I've never been in the building.
What was downstairs in the World Trade Center, niggas? All in movies and all that, nigga.
What, the mall downstairs? I don't know. It could be a million things. I don't know.
All right. You ever seen a movie Trading Places?
Oh, so it's a vault down there.
Not only the where did he walk into at the end of the movie?
So let me ask you this.
No, I'm asking you. The end of the movie, didn't he walk into the World Trade Center, the stock market? Didn't he walk into the stock market where they push the bell and every morning?
Right.
And all the people was like 25, 35, 45, 45. Shit, nigga.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Right.
What is that control?
Controls the stock market. It controls the stock market.
For what? For New York?
The New York Stock Exchange.
So it only controls the stock market for New York?
No, for the world. For the world, I would think.
That is the World Trade Center. Exactly, my nigga.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, I get where you're going with it. I get where you're going with it. That's crazy, man. It's crazy, and it's just when people suffer.
Why would they want it blown up? You know how much other things is in the World Trade Center, bro?
I don't. I've never got the chance to go there.
Can I ask you a question? If Calico Jr., right?
Mm-hmm. Big Cat said now it's the freedom tower.
Was claiming, something that, claiming the World Trade Center shit. Would they fly Calico out of the country? Let me ask you that. Would they fly Calico out of the country?
Say that whole question one more time. I was looking at the comments.
Would they fly the parents of terrorists out the country while the country is being terrorized?
They did it for bin Laden. I know that much. I do know that.
There you go.
I do know that. Yeah, no, it's definitely something fishy in the water. And it ain't fish.
Do you believe the people on those planes died on them planes? Died when that plane hit? Do you really believe that the people on that plane died when that plane hit?
I will say this as far as only about the plane. That if it were
let me ask you a question, right? Let me ask you a question.
Hold on, let me answer the first one. If it were people that was on a plane that went into the World Trade Center, if it were people on that plane and it wasn't a big ass remote control plane, if it was actual people on that plane, it ain't no way they would have still been alive, because plane went in one side, didn't come out the other side. Fireball came out the other side.
Okay, so let me ask you this then, if that's the case, right?
Mm-hmm. If
what
they
happened
were
to
on that plane.
Hold on. What happened to the plane that got shot down?
What do you mean? I didn't even know about
the
a plane
that got shot down. What do you mean? Well, that's a fact. The plane out. What do you mean? The plane that got shot down, and they did the whole documentary about it, talking about how the people overtook the plane and made the plane crash. Remember how they said that the people was on the plane and made
the one in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. I know about that, but you said shot down, so I knew about people overtaking the plane.
Son, that plane got shot down, bro.
Well, see, I don't know.
Nobody overtake the plane, bro. So you trying to tell me people over? So hold on. Let me explain something.
Be true.
People make jokes about it and all that, but let's be serious. Calico, this plane was going. Okay, now on this plane, right? It's just a okay, Calico. We gonna make it down like this. Not even being funny, even though it is funny, but I'm not trying to be funny right now. I swear to God. If me,
big cat launching in the comments. I'm listening.
I don't know. If me, you was on that plane and these motherfuckers whipped out shanks made of glass, nigga, and talk about sit down, not a gun in sight. and talk about we taking over this plane. These niggas done broke in the cockpit and taking over the plane. Calico, we dying on that plane?
It ain't a box cutter that's produced.
Nigga,
That's
I done
gonna
been up
stop me.
north. Nigga, y'all been niggas who got done. You
It's
fucking
not a,
crazy.
listen. It's not a
These
box
niggas got
cutter.
box cutters,
Listen, hold
bro.
on. Let me say this. It's not a box cutter that has ever been produced that would stop me from diving on a motherfucker when he's talking about taking this plane over. But it's not a question that people, if it was people on the plane,
It's
took
not
the
about
plane
being
over.
gangster. It's about being a man. I know square people, nigga, that was sitting there like that. Look, I know square white dudes that was like, no way. I just don't believe it, dude. Like, I don't believe that if I was on that fucking plane, dog, I would have fought. Like this. I mean, it's a bro.
But that's what
These
they
niggas
said
got
they
knives,
did.
bro. These niggas got knives, bro.
That's
Yo,
what they
you
said the
kidding me,
people on the plane did, and that's the reason why it didn't make it to the White House, because that was
Okay,
the
so
destination.
that was the only plane who had one person on like, let's fight. The other planes, they were just sitting there like, that's what you're telling me?
That ain't what I didn't tell you that at all. You said that, not me.
So what
I'm
the
talking
fuck
about I'm talking about
to the
Pennsylvania.
other two planes? Why ain't nobody fight on them other two planes? Dog, first
On
of
the
all,
other three planes.
first of all, once a nigga sees you go in there and you're in there, you done stabbed up the pilot and all that, y'all taking over the plane is swerving, all type of shit. Nigga, I'm not sitting there letting you fly. First of all, one thing you know, and two things for sure. Anybody knows this. I know how to pick up that motherfucking walkie-talkie. Mayday, nigga. This fuck. You get what I'm saying, bro?
Nah, I bet niggas be on some passenger
But this is
57
dead
shit.
serious, nigga. Nah, but it sound like, oh, niggas exaggerate because if it was really you, son, there's no way I'm sitting down and letting a bunch of fucking Arabs with knives take over a plane and fly me down to the ground. Not happening, bro.
Well, see, this was the story.
Not happening. Somebody gonna help. Somebody gonna figure out how to fly this motherfucker, nigga. What? You crazy?
This was the official story that they gave to the citizens, to America, about what happened. The first two planes, the ones that hit the buildings, not the Pentagon or the one that landed in the field, were taken over by motherfuckers jumping up and spraying some type of mace or pepper spray and then whipping out. The second that a motherfucker would have moved too fast by me, you getting dove on. But if it happened and these motherfuckers get to that cockpit, the way that cockpit door is built, that once they close that motherfucker, you gonna damn near need a jackhammer and a crowbar to get in that motherfucker. So all they have to do is get in it and subdue the people in it and close the door behind them. Now me, you would have had to probably break my foot off in that motherfucking door, because I'm not letting you close this door. I don't give a fuck if you got to chop my fingers
if that's
off.
the case, all they had to do was, once they in the cockpit, or everybody come in the cockpit, what the fuck we care about the people in the back of the plane for? They can't get in here anyway. So why are we subduing them back there anyway? Answer that.
No, once they got the plane, no, I get what you're saying.
What the fuck is that? They might just leave everybody back there. We all gonna go sit in the cockpit. They can't get back here. Calico, motherfuckers will ram that door to fuck open, just like how they did on the other flight, nigga. Niggas will ram that fucking door. Nigga, take one of them fucking food clips. Nigga, come on, my nigga. Like,
no,
you got people fearing for their lives. You know the strength for 5 niggas fearing for their life pushing at you crazy? That door coming off, bro. 5, 6, 7 consecutive hits. Bang, 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 bang. That bitch coming off, bro.
I agree. I would have, if we're going down, if we're going down in this plane, or if we finna crash into a building in this plane, we gonna do that with my motherfucking hands around this door now, trying to pull this motherfucker open. Because I'll fight to the last second to get
Now,
that
guns is
goddamn
a
door
different
open.
story. If they would have been like, yo, them niggas came on there and them niggas had some machine guns and all that, I still get it. If I'm gonna die, we gonna die anyway. But what I'm saying is, I could understand how they would have scared people in that. But these niggas whipped out knives.
Knives and pepper spray. That ain't gonna be enough for me. That ain't gonna be enough for me. The second that a motherfucker would have stood up and yelled, I'm on your motherfucking line.
Right.
I'm on your
Nigga,
line.
Once you scream, yo, and once I see everybody standing there, all y'all niggas got knives. Y'all told me everybody just relax. We gonna take the play. Hell the fuck, dude. We popping off right there.
Straight up.
You niggas got knives.
Straight up. Either
And you
that.
puny motherfuckers probably don't even know how to use them motherfuckers. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? You acting like this is Bruce Lee or something with it. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, come on, my nigga. Come on, are you kidding me, bro? You gonna let take over the plane with knives? I just can't see it, bro. Me personally, I can't see it.
Okay, well, jumping off of that and going back to something else about 9/11. I think the most tragic, and I seen it floating in the comments, so I had to make sure that I paid attention to that because I also felt the same thing as what was said in the comments about 9/11. The thing that was to me the most tragic was not the buildings falling and not the planes hitting. It was what was between that. The desperation of people who had fire at their back and an open window at their front. You standing on the motherfucking razor worth of fucking space between that fire
some
and
motherfuckers
that
didn't
open
even.
window.
Some people didn't even know. Them motherfuckers, all they see is light. It's black. They walking towards it and fall the fuck out. They don't even realize that they going outside. Like they don't realize. You get what I'm trying to say?
No, I
They
definitely
just
do,
walking
but
and walking the fuck off.
it's motherfuckers that did have
It's
a clear
motherfuckers that did
understanding
choose to jump. Yeah.
They made that choice to it. Like I'd rather die
That's a hell
this
of a
way.
position to be in, bro.
It's a fucked up position to be in. That's
Oh my
literally
God.
being
Either I
caught
burn
between
the
the
fuck
rock
up
and a
or I
hard
jump
place.
out the window, my nigga. Like I don't know. Like I think I probably would have been. Let me not forget. But I would have been probably to a crisp hanging onto a wall or something. I don't know because
Hey,
I couldn't. Like either way,
that
I would have been fucked up. I
if
probably
you
would
would
have
have caught
started
on
hitting my
fire,
head or
that
something.
fire
I'm
would have
not gonna
made your
lie to
ass run and jump out the window.
Nah, I probably would have started hitting my head against the wall or something, trying to knock myself out or something, bro. Real talk.
Yeah, that's what
I
that's
would have
about
tried. I'm dead serious. I would have tried to knock myself out or something, bro. I couldn't have been able to I would have tried to knock myself out.
that would have been the smartest shit to do.
Right, knock
I'ma
yourself
keep it
out. Whatever
100.
happened, nigga. Just hope I don't wake up, nigga. Just you know what I'm
Can
saying?
you imagine a motherfucker jumping from the top of the impact zone, from like the 100 plus going up floor? Like, god damn, nigga, the people on the ground look like ants. You gonna damn near have a heart attack before you even hit the fucking ground.
Right.
I don't know, man. That's a fucked up choice to have to make, man. Because on one hand, let's say you don't knock yourself out, but you fuck around and knock
Just
yourself
happen to walk off and walk
and
out.
then you catch on fire, so you're gonna die harder. You're gonna die more fucked up in pain anyway, versus jumping out of a window and it just snapped to a black. Because it is not no motherfucking way on earth you surviving no fall like that at all.
Yeah, but you gonna feel it though. Oh Lord.
You know you're not. The impact is gonna be too quick for you. Do you not understand that when motherfuckers
You'll probably
was
feel
hitting,
a flash of a second of piece of pain, but either way you're dead anyway. So that piece of pain
that's what I'm saying. So do you want a flash of a second of pain or do you want to burn up? Like that's fucked up. That's a fucked up choice. Now, going on to some shit that I witnessed as a youngster that wasn't a terrorist attack. So the level of chaos wasn't turned up to that extreme. But for what had happened, which was a natural disaster, what a lot of people don't understand about earthquakes, which happens to be where I'm from, they're some of the most deadly because there's no way to prepare for them. Like if you know when a tornado's coming, you know when a hurricane is coming. They have weather updates to let you know it's getting closer. It's getting close. Earthquake, on the other hand, just happens. It just happens. And when you see the motherfucking telephone poles waving side to side like they motherfucking hands is in the air at a concert, when you see the ground up under you rolling the same way that if you was to take a blanket on your bed and flap
shake it. Yeah.
and shaking
Yeah.
and see that roll in it, that wave.
Yeah.
That's how the
Yeah.
fucking ground was looking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a little piece of history.
Yeah, facts. 9/11 was crazy.
That is That is the Cypress section of the Nimitz Freeway, and you can see, oh my God, look at that. The freeway has just completely collapsed.
It is one of the most enduring images from the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake.
This is so much worse than we at first thought.
I was the first television reporter on the scene. 14 city blocks of the double-decker Cypress section of Highway 880 had been damaged or collapsed.
It's something that is beyond belief. There are rush hour cars, rush hour traffic that was trapped on this lower level. You can see the upper level sitting on top of the lower level right now. Those cars, those people still trapped underneath there.
You could hear voices. You could hear voices screaming, "Help me, help me, help me," until the fire just started. Then you don't hear them no more.
Dozens of cars and trucks were crushed under concrete. 42 people died here. Dozens more were injured. Many people were pulled out in the hours after the freeway collapsed.
Some cars weren't that crushed and people had crawled out of them.
Steve Whipple was one of the Caltrans engineers brought in the days after the quake.
Our job was really more to assess the structure and secure the structure so that we could go through a body recovery.
Whipple spent days with other Caltrans workers, firefighters, and rescue personnel exploring the collapsed structure, helping to identify the location of those who had died.
Had you given up hope at that point?
As far as finding someone alive, yes.
But 89 hours after the earthquake,
The memories are as fresh as the day it happened.
Steve Whipple found a survivor trapped in a car, crushed to a height of about 3 feet.
Where did you find Buck?
Buck was about where we were standing, other than 15 feet higher.
Buck Helms provided the Bay Area with a story of hope when it desperately needed one.
I was out investigating in the downtime. Buck luckily was conscious at the time, and so when I was near his car and shining the flashlight on his car, he made a motion that he was still alive.
The 57-year-old longshoreman from Weaverville, California, captured the hearts of the people of the Bay Area.
They pulled him out, threw him in an ambulance, and yeah, there was cheering and clapping. And as soon as he drove away, I just walked away to be by myself.
Buck's survival gave rescuers working on the Cypress structure hope as they dug through the devastation. No other survivors would ultimately be found. His family gathered at the hospital as Buck fought for his life.
When we talk with our eyes, with his hands, and with the love that we feel for each other.
Sadly, Buck Helms died 1 month and a day after the Loma Prieta quake struck.
The fact that Buck didn't survive ultimately was disappointing. I never did see him. I never did see his family. Conditions didn't seem right with them trying to take care of him. I didn't want to intrude.
Today, Steve Whipple is preparing to retire, his career forged by the things he saw that day in October 1989. He's worked on bridges and highways around the region to make sure that scenes like those are never repeated again. What was once the Cypress Freeway is now Mandela Parkway, a tree-lined park in the middle of the road and a reminder of the 42 people who died here.
Wait, did it say Mandela Parkway? Did they just say Mandela Parkway? You gotta unmute your shit, bro. Yeah, fuck Beck. No, stop.
Yeah, no, that's
I
what
know,
it was.
I don't know, but
That's
I
what
didn't want to say fuck Buck.
that's what they renamed Cypress. Mandela Parkway. Yes, Mandela Parkway. Yeah.
That's pretty damn good.
That's where my projects is at, on 10th and Mandela.
Right. But
okay. And just like every other black community across America, we gotta We got a Martin Luther King that runs through the most fucked up part of the city.
Yeah, of course. Or Malcolm X.
Malcolm X, you know what I'm saying?
Malcolm X Boulevard. Yo, that shit is crazy, right? Why is it that shit is always in the most fucked up part of every city, you know?
The Martin Luther King Street.
Yeah.
Fucked up, huh? I think they specifically placed those streets, all those streets that have Martin Luther King was named way after he died. All of them streets that's named across America was named after he was already dead for years.
Exactly.
So I'm sure that they took their time. The city planners looked at the map of the city. It was like, yeah,
exactly.
we're gonna run that street right through here. That's real
crazy.
Motherfucking talk, man.
We're gonna put Malcolm X Boulevard right here, nigga.
Exactly. Mental warfare.
I'm waiting to find a Malcolm X Boulevard in a fucking nice neighborhood and shit in the suburbs. Malcolm X Boulevard.
What you mean? Next to Sunflower Drive? Okay.
Next to Sunflower Drive, nigga.
You'll be waiting a long motherfucking time, nigga. Your beard will hit the floor by the time you find that shit.
Right. Fucking Malcolm X Boulevard in the hood. I mean, in the suburbs. Martin Luther King in the suburbs, nigga.
Yeah, right.
Yo, even the schools that's named after niggas, they picking the worst schools, bro. Like, you sitting there like, yo, my nigga, you serious?
Top shot. You know I am, man, over here breathing on the finest.
You gonna name this school? You gonna name this school after niggas? You serious, bro? Niggas pick the worst school and be like, yeah, we're gonna name this Malcolm X High School. Yeah, okay.
Right. Ain't that a motherfucking coinky dink?
Right.
Ain't that a fucking coinky dink, bruh? Oh man, yeah, man.
Even fucking.
It's I don't know, brother. The shit that these fools do. The shit that these fools do is crazy, man. We gonna
So these motherfuckers, think about it though. These motherfuckers will name shit after after people, and shit is done strategically. They got Abraham Lincoln projects in motherfucking Harlem, nigga. They got a statue of Lincoln with a little black boy. I'm like, look at this shit here. Like, look at this shit here, nigga. I'm like, you niggas is crazy, man. They got a statue of Abraham with a little black boy in the middle of the projects. They got like, you niggas is crazy. That's what they do though.
Big Cat said, question for Calico. Did Oakland ever adopt the blood and Crip culture? I know historically Oakland was never into blood and Crip.
You already know the damn answer. Like, Big Cat done asked you this like 10 times already, bro.
Cat, there are no Bloods and Crips in the black community in Oakland, California.
Okay.
And
in the black community. Now there's Asians and all that in the black.
Yeah, there's no black. Shit ain't flying with the black community, man, and that's because we too dug off into our own shit, and that's not to say anything towards anybody else who may have adopted what was originated in LA and what some would argue was also originated in Chicago. To me, I think the reason why Oakland or the Bay Area as a whole never really subscribed to that culture as far as for the black community, in my opinion, would be because we just had our own thing and wasn't willing to accept anybody else's thing. That's it. And that's not in no way a shot at none of my key ways or my damos.
But let me ask you a question. How can a hood where gangbanging started at, the whole damn near world, basically, because there's Bloods and Crips in fucking Australia, fucking everywhere, nigga. You'd be surprised, bro. Real shit.
Real shit.
Queen Mo said
Niggas get deported and go out there. There's Bloods and Crips in fucking Trinidad, bro. This is real shit. Nigga, in Jamaica, in Haiti. Facts. So what I'm saying to you is, what she said?
She said you're starting to echo.
Okay. Yeah, there's them niggas everywhere. How did fucking Oakland manage to revert and everything around them in the whole country resorted to gangbanging except for Oakland?
Well, again, it's because the mentality of most people from Oakland and from the Bay as well, for that matter, is just too hung up on saying we have our own thing. And unless you're willing to go and get your whole city and bring your whole city and your whole area to this area and forcibly change every individual's mind, well, that's okay, because neither way it's going to pan out, because if every individual is not willing to subscribe to it, then who the fuck else is going to be left?
Everywhere in America is not able to subscribe. There's dudes in New York or dudes in Cali who live in LA who's not gangbanging and they refuse to gangbang. But what I'm trying to say is, how did it go everywhere else in the world and in your state except for where you're at? How?
I guess you would have to ask everybody else in the world. I don't know. It ain't on us. It's in us, man. Out here, like, you would get damn near ridiculed. But like where I'm from, the area that I'm from, Oakland, the Bay Area in particular, you would get ridiculed for trying to borrow or mimic that politics, because we have a complete understanding of what LA is. So for us knowing that we're not from LA, you would get looked at funny. Like, you a clone, bro. What is you doing, my nigga? We don't move like that. We start doing that, my nigga. What, you gonna be the only nigga over here doing that? And in some instances, you got motherfuckers who have done that, who was literally on an island by trying to pick that up. And I don't know in what way that I can explain it as far as to say, well, how did we manage to not do what a lot of other motherfucking communities and places have done or subscribed to?
Not a lot, every.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's places in Chicago that'll tell you it's GDs and VLs around here. We don't give a damn about that blood and crip politics. That's not us.
I'm saying, right. But how many hoods you gonna find out there where they're not involved in some sort of bang? Like, that's the point I'm trying to make.
No, I get it. I mean, it's gangs in Oakland. It's just not gangs that bang colors. That's far as the black community or pick up or align with that politics. Now, behind them walls, it may be a different story about how them motherfuckers behind them walls tie in. But on the streets, in the everyday life-to-life situations that go on and the shit that goes on, it's too much other politics for a motherfucker to even borrow that politics. If that makes sense. It's like, this is not a humongous city. Oakland is not the biggest city by far in California. I think it's like the 6th or the 8th biggest city. But it has all of the big city problems. It has all of the big cities' politics, but it's just our politics is organic for us. And if there's more people around you, if the majority, like they say, majority rules, if the majority has spoken to say this is law, we're not borrowing or putting ourselves into that politics. If the majority of that area says that, then majority rules. So anytime that anyone would jump out the window,
I don't know. I just don't.
If somebody was
It would have been different. It would have been different if California would have been the only state that has it going on. You feel what I'm saying? But the fact that every single state in America has Bloods and Crips in it, bro, or Latin Kings, or Vice Lords, GDs, PDs, whatever, right?
Right.
It's just crazy to me how that one particular section within the state where a lot of it originated at just happened to, you understand what I'm saying?
Subscribe to it. No, I get exactly what you're saying. It's one of the questions that's been asked over and over and over again. The best way that I can say it is that
people from New York gonna argue you to death. Like, there's no way you're from California if departure it has no. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. My answer to that argument would be, so where you grow up at in Oakland? That would be my answer to that argument. And if you can't tell me where you grew up in Oakland, if you can't tell me where you grew up in the Bay Area, then what kind of argument is that? You're arguing to me that's like me arguing. That's like me arguing with a nigga from New York about the fastest way to get from Bed-Stuy to Grand Central Station. But I've never been to New York. How foolish is that argument?
Okay, but let me ask you a question. So there's nothing in New York that you wouldn't believe if somebody told you, nah, they don't do that everywhere.
Absolutely not. I know that's the case. Look, what I do understand is
what you know is the case.
What I mean by that is what I'm saying is this. For one, a lot of people tend to think that's not from California. How can I put this? That California is a city inside of the state of LA. Right. Because of the popularity through music, through movies, through TV shows, through exposure, LA is a very big city and a very famous city. It holds the same status as far as being a hub, the way that only but not even half a handful of cities in America can do. New York,
how come LA niggas was rocking Raider gear more than Oakland niggas?
The Raiders also played in LA.
No, but at that time when the Raiders were Oakland Raiders, why was LA niggas wearing
Raiders? It was the LA Raiders.
When
NWA and them came out, the Raiders were playing in LA. Those were the Los Angeles Raiders.
So who the Oakland had? Who Oakland had? Oakland didn't have a team.
Not when the Raiders left. This is how it happened. The Raiders started in Oakland, moved to LA, moved back to Oakland, and then moved to Las Vegas.
So they the Las Vegas Raiders?
They're absolutely the Las Vegas Raiders now. They're not even in California anymore.
Yeah. You're right. But here's what I'm saying.
So the Raiders is more. The Raiders, shit, not for long. I think they finna go to Las Vegas too. Yeah, it's over, bro. I mean, listen, Oakland, as far as sports teams, is no more.
Because Vegas didn't have no team.
That's one of the biggest employers of Oakland. Was the Oracle Arena, the Oakland Coliseum. You know what I'm saying? That's where the A's and the Raiders play at the Oakland Coliseum.
But I know the Raiders more for being the Raiders are more popular as Oakland Raiders. I promise you that. I promise you the Raiders are more popular as being the Oakland Raiders. That's a fact, bro.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna argue that. That's not. But what the point that I'm making with that, as far as like, well, why these people from this place wear Raider gear, especially back so far then, is because the Raiders is more of a California team. Everybody in California loves the Raiders, the Chargers, or the motherfucking 49ers.
Yeah.
Even you got some Rams fans. The Rams then went from motherfucking LA all the way to fucking St. Louis and back.
Hold on. Who the can I wear what you call it?
What do you mean?
In LA, what you call it at?
See, I couldn't tell you that in one way or another because I'm not from that area. I'm from Northern California. LA is in Southern California, so you got like anywhere between depending on traffic, 6 to maybe 7 hour difference in driving between us.
Right.
You know, so we're not even close. You have people that's from LA that can be in their 40s and have never been to the Bay Area in their motherfucking life, and vice versa. We literally have our own bubbles. We're all California. It's kind of hard to explain. It's almost an enigma because it's certain things, characteristics, traits, and ways about us that we all share as being Californians. But it's certain in particular things that separate Northern California niggas from Southern California niggas. We each have a mutual respect for each other.
I get that. I was just fucking with you about the hat thing, but the reason why I say that is because that shit always bugged me out, nigga. Like,
nah, that's Southern.
I always thought they was motherfucking Bloods and Crips in the Bay Area.
But see, a lot of people that's not from California.
So Mitchie Slick and them, they the closest to the Bay that's really black.
It's somebody from California that's gonna watch this live and crack up at that question you just asked because Mitchie Slick is from Southern California. He's from the most southern part of Southern California.
Shit, I mean, not Mitchie Slick. I meant the other nigga you be not Mitchie Slick. I said your boy, nigga. No, yeah. What about him?
Richie Rich is from East Oakland,
but he's a Blood.
Richie Rich ain't no nigga. You talking about Mozzie.
Mozzie, that's what I'm talking about.
You talking about Mozzie? No, Mozzie is from Sacramento. Sacramento is considered the Valley. It's Northern California, but it's considered the Valley. It's not the Bay.
Oh, okay, but so you saying gangbanging is popular in the Valley?
Absolutely. That the Sacramento and the Sacramento metro area has the influence of both the Bay and LA because a lot of LA motherfuckers migrated up there or up here in the early 80s, in the crack era. You know what I'm saying? When Ye first hitting, it was up and down the highway. So you had a lot of motherfuckers that migrated from there to up here. And when they did that, they brought their rules with them. And okay, Bob, it didn't really play in the Bay Area, but in the Valley, they're more willing to accept it. So it took root in the Valley more so than it ever would in the Bay Area.
Mozzie is the closest to the Bay out of so the closest to gangbanging, the closest you're gonna get to the Bay gangbanging is where Mozzie and them from.
Right, but that's not the Bay. And I always make that.
But that's the closest to the Bay, in other words.
It's the closest to the Bay, yes. It's
so
only
that would be like so that would be like Yonkers to New York, basically. So like New York City, the 5 boroughs, that would be considered like Yonkers.
In a car, how long would it take to travel to get there?
Well, it depends. If you're in the Bronx, you can cross the street and be in the fucking Yonkers. But if you're coming from Brooklyn, you know what I'm trying to say?
Oh no, I don't.
So it doesn't border. It doesn't border. That's right. It doesn't border the Bay. It don't border the Bay area.
It don't.
That's right.
At all.
That's right. You got to pass through something else, then you get. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. It's like a whole. How can I put it? Like California, if it's shaped like an arm or like a gym sock or some shit that covers the whole West Coast, right? Now you have the center of California from Northern California damn near to central, almost Southern California. The whole middle of California is dug out. It's dug out. So it's a valley that runs all the way from Northern California damn near to Southern California. So you have the coastal area, then you go over maybe like a ridge and you go back down into the valley of California. it can be only an hour's difference between an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes drive difference between the Bay Area and Sacramento, but it can be 74 degrees in the Bay Area and 105 degrees in Sacramento. It's like it's right there, but it's a world away in a lot of ways. But they're the closest to their metropolitan area is the closest to ours.
That's the closest metropolitan city closest to yours. That's what I meant to say. There you go.
Right. So they have a lot of people that came from the Bay Area to Sacramento, which then brought their influences as well. So the makeup of Sacramento, I would say, in my opinion, and this is speaking for a nigga that's not from Sacramento, but I would say that the layout, as far as the how the city moves and the mentality and the influence that it has, is a hybrid of both the Bay Area culture and the LA culture. That Sacramento is damn near, in my opinion, again, is what it would be if a Bay Area nigga was a gangbanger. Because just like the Bay Area, Sacramento metropolitan area has more of a, they may have LA politics, but they have a Bay Area, they not even a Bay Area, they have a Northern California swagger about themselves. And I guess the best way to say that is that even though Yonkers, Mount Vernon, these different places are all New York, but you also have your distinctions. I'm pretty sure that Yonkers niggas don't act like Brooklyn niggas. Brooklyn niggas don't act like Harlem niggas. Harlem niggas don't act like niggas from Queens. It's the slight differences within that area, that region, that we can identify with more so than the outsider could.
Oh, I was just about to say that. Yeah. It's slight, but it depends. Not really. It depends. Really.
It's kind of complex. It's hard to say because
it's more or less by lingo.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? By lingo.
Yeah, that plays a big part. That plays a big part because you got cities that's known for saying certain words that you'll know where they're from just because of what they just said.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's an absolute fact. That's an absolute fact, fam.
That's the only difference.
Yeah, man. It's just more the Northern California culture and the Southern California culture may be each side of one coin, but the coin itself is California. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
they're just more popularized. This is where fucking Hollywood is. I mean, this is what Beverly Hills is.
I would say it's second to LA as far as popularity. The Bay Area is second, especially in hip hop. Especially in hip hop.
Absolutely, and I mean, we've definitely,
especially Oakland, because the Bay Area is mad cities, not just Oakland.
Yeah.
People think the Bay is just Oakland.
Nah, Oakland. If in my opinion, again, when it comes to the Bay Area, San Francisco is the most famous. Oakland is the most infamous. Now I know it's people in the Bay Area that may have a different opinion about it. No, nigga, my city the most infamous. Okay, cool. But this is my opinion. Now, the Bay Area as a whole.
Wait, you said San Francisco is more popular than the Bay? Nah, I don't think so.
No, not more popular than the Bay. I said they're more famous.
Because of Rice-A-Roni.
No, it's more than Rice-A-Roni, player.
Fuck, San Francisco treat. That's about it, nigga. Fuck you, mean.
Hey, I'll put it to you like this. Do not, and that's a message for anybody that hears this. Do not go to San Francisco and think shit is going to be a San Francisco treat. you will be sadly mistaken. That's a death trap. It's
Where? San
motherfuckers,
Francisco?
bruh. It's motherfuckers out there that is absolutely with the shit. You play with San Francisco if you want to, nigga. Okay. You gonna find out the hard way, nigga. You done landed right in the middle of the trenches with the Grinches. It's not sweet, and it's goddamn show not a treat. I would be the
No,
first
no,
nigga
I'm
to
just
tell
talking
you that.
shit.
It's yeah, you go do your homework about that, bro. I'm
But see, a
talking
lot of
about
people don't even know that San Francisco is part of the Bay. They think the Bay is just Oakland.
no. I mean, I don't see how when the whole name for the Bay Area is literally the San Francisco Bay Area. That's the
Well, most
name
people only
of
know
our
that the Bay
that's the
Area.
name of our metropolitan area. It's called the San Francisco Bay Area Metropolitan Metroplex. The Bay Area consists of, as a whole, 101 cities that make up 9 counties that make up the Bay Area. So it's not 1 or 2 cities threw together by no stretch of the fucking imagination. Some cities
Yeah,
is
then you
way
got
hella
smaller
big.
cities like Berkeley and all them other. Yeah, you got smaller.
You got a lot of cities that's turned the fuck up that you wouldn't think. You got cities that motherfuckers only with money can live in. It's like anywhere else.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? But you got some of these itty bitty cities, nigga. That's you play around if you want to. Vallejo, shout out to V Town, nigga. Vallejo, California. It's like my second motherfucking home. Vallejo is a city that's about 7 exits freeway wise, 7 exits long. Once you pass 7 freeway exits, you damn near in and out of Vallejo. Like it can literally take you from coming over the Vallejo Bridge to going into the next city on the other side of Vallejo is about maybe a 7-minute ride.
So let me ask you a question. When you said the shit about the no gate, that was
That
only in
motherfucking
Oakland.
city is turned up,
So
nigga.
only in Oakland is where they not. So in Vallejo and places like that, they got they gang banging out there, right?
No, that applies to the whole Bay Area.
Oh, I thought it was Oakland.
Not just Oakland.
Oh,
you're gonna, if you find a community of black people that's claiming to be Bloods and Crips in the Bay Area, it's some shit that's new to me. And I'm not a kid. I've been around a while. So, I mean, you know.
I've been around a while. I'm so stupid.
You feel me? I done made a few laps around the sun. But yeah, man. It's an enigma.
Right.
But we play by our rules. We set our tone for our motion. And a lot of motherfuckers, the majority of motherfuckers where I'm from, take absolute pride in that. Because of it being such an enigma that not only we are in the same state where the gang bang was birthed, how are we not a part of that? That I understand the enigma. I guess we just a wobbly motherfucking wheel on the wagon that gonna go against the grain. That's all I can say about it. But you know, we have that respect for our California brethren from down south, man. So like I said, salute to all my Pyrus, Damus, and my Keyways, man.
Right. This nigga said down south. And what's so crazy is our whole East Coast side of the map is just one state, bro. So California would be everything from fucking what, Maine? What's the closest up? Let's say from New York, where it touches from Canada, right? So let's say from the tip top of New York all the way down to Florida, bro. That's one state.
Yeah.
So they down south. They don't have a. They have a down south, but it's still in one state. Like,
right?
They one
And
state
we don't.
is Virginia, Maryland, all that shit. North Carolina, South Carolina, all that shit going down is one fucking state, bro.
Yeah.
Right? Could you imagine New York? New York was New York, New Jersey, fucking Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. Imagine all that was one state. All that was New York, nigga.
Yeah, buddy, it's definitely wild. That's why you have motherfuckers that's from California that will tell you, yeah, I'm from California, just like somebody from LA, but they're 2 worlds away. And as different as we are, I guess the enigma is, as different as we are, it's a lot of shit that we share in common just by being from California. No different than, I guess,
That's
on a
why
smaller scale.
Just like shit we share coming from the East Coast, regardless
Right,
even
that's
we
what I
from
was about to say. On a smaller scale, if you was to take New York, even though Brooklyn niggas are a world away from Yonkers niggas, you're still New York niggas. So a certain shit about just being from New York that's gonna be in common with you, even though this person ain't even from your circumference.
No, but I remember when we was talking about the planes. I'm like, why niggas will land, and now you gotta land in this airport. I'm like, there's so many fucking airports, but you have to think about it. How many airports is there from New York to Florida? You see what I'm saying? From New York to Florida, how many airports they are? So of course, California gonna have damn close to that amount of airports because it's just as big, and in width. It's not just in length, also in width.
It's a few. It's a few. I would think that it's more on the East Coast because there's more states and more cities as to where, like I
It's
said,
more
as big as
separated, right? See, out in California, you might be somewhere you got to drive 5 hours to get to the airport, nigga.
You dig what I'm saying? So my thing is, California, as big as it is, only has 4 major metropolitan areas, in my opinion, and that's the San Diego metropolitan area, which is directly above Mexico, at the most southern part of the state. Right above that is the LA metropolitan area, which is not just LA.
If you was going from, let's say, from the Bay to San Diego, you would fly.
Depending on how I feel. I mean, the fastest way to get there is to fly. If I was to fly, I can get from the Bay to San Diego in probably an hour.
Oh, okay.
But if I was to drive from the Bay to San Diego, that's about a good 10-hour stretch.
Okay.
You feel me? Because you got to go all the way through LA, LA County. And see, a lot of people, like, they think that that's LA when you be hearing shit like that, but it's part of LA County. But
nah, that's Calico Mike. But we good. Go ahead.
What happened?
They talking about the feedback, but don't worry about it. Go ahead.
Is that going? Okay, yeah, but what I'm saying is that okay, so above the most southernmost metro area, which is, like I said, San Diego, which sits right on top of Mexico, is then after that the LA metro area. And a lot of people think that like Compton or Long Beach or Watts is LA, and it's LA is LA. Watts is Watts. Compton is Compton. Long Beach is Long Beach. These are their own cities, but they're part of LA County. LA is one of the biggest counties in California. But I guess up here, where I'm at, we don't really move by counties as much in the Bay Area. We do, but we don't. It's more just of a city thing. What city we from? Like, you ain't gonna hear a nigga from Oakland say, yeah, nigga, I'm from Alameda County. Like, you'll get looked at like, nigga, what is you talking about, nigga? We'll say that.
You said Alameda County?
Yeah, that's what the city of Oakland is. But there's also a city called Alameda, which is a little small island right off of Oakland. Oakland only has 3 sides to it. It's North Oakland, East Oakland, and West Oakland. There is no South Oakland. South Oakland would be the water. But
This
then
nigga
you have
said
to
South Oakland would be. So you saying South Oakland is basically? I see.
non-existent. There is no South Oakland. It's only northeast and west. The south would be the bay, the water. Like what would have been South Oakland was cut off. There is no South Oakland. That's all that shit is.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a South Oakland.
So why does it never rain in Southern California?
Because you let Tony convince you to believe in that.
I thought Southern California was a desert.
It is a desert in Southern California. California has damn near
That's what I'm
every
saying.
goddamn kind of element that you can think of. Like you can go up by Lake Tahoe in the wintertime and it snows up there. That's damn near the only place that it snows in California. Is you got to go up in the mountains. The state of Nevada and the state of California is separated by a mountain range called the Sierra Mountains. And that's the only place you got to go up to that elevation if you was a motherfucker that liked the snow or something. But then you can go to especially the most northern part of California that borders Oregon. You got redwood trees that's damn near taller than skyscrapers. You got sequoia trees in the name of that goddamn park. Fuck, I can't think of the name right now. I'm high as a prostitute's miniskirt. But
nigga, I seen palm trees in fucking Cali that was tall as a motherfucker. How the fuck are palm trees this fucking long, bro? Tall, bro. Like what?
Yeah, but I mean, you'll find them all around California. There's so many of them we don't even pay attention to them motherfuckers. But like sequoia trees are big enough for you to cut the middle out of the tree and build a road through it for 2 lanes of traffic. That's how big sequoia trees are. Sequoia trees and redwood trees are some of the oldest trees in the world, and they sit right there in California. So we got the mountains and the snow. We got the motherfucking forest. Of course, along the coast, we got the beach. We got the desert. This is where Death Valley is. It's the hottest place on earth. Shit, we got the city. We got the rural area. Like I say, the valley of California is where damn near the majority of the produce that America gets comes from California. California is damn near like the garden of America because the whole central part of the fucking state is carved out. So imagine, like you said, a state that runs from New York all the way down to Florida. Imagine damn near the majority of that width in that length in the middle of the state is all dug out. So that's all farmland. So you got the major metro areas just like you got rural areas out here.
I could imagine y'all got mad farmland. I figured that out.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely a lot of farmland out here. Like I said, it's only 4 major metro areas: San Diego, LA, the Bay Area, and Sacramento. Sacramento is the biggest city, and also, of course, the capital of California. That's in its area.
Copy.
Which is the valley. Everything
so when
else
they say in Dow, I walk through the valley of the shadow, are they talking about Death Valley?
Shit, you go there and you'll figure it out. Anywhere where the motherfucking temperature can get up to 132 degrees. Yeah, what's that telling you?
Yeah,
you got places in Death Valley called.
Where's there? So you're trying to tell me it's 130 something degrees? So they haven't out. So basically nobody goes outside there.
The crazy shit is that you got people that live in Death Valley.
I know that. That means, but they don't go outside.
Shit, I would suppose they do. They gotta come outside at some fucking point.
In 130 something degree weather, they going outside.
Shit, it's motherfuckers that believe
How
it or
high
not.
is their electricity bill? They're motherfucking like, bro.
No, look, dig this. It's people that will travel from all over just to go there on the hottest day that's on. If it gets up close to a record, or it's in a forecast that it might be a record-breaking temperature out there, you got motherfuckers that will come there just to say
How
that
many
they
people?
did it.
How many people die out there from heat strokes every year?
Oh my God, shit! I'm sure a lot. I'm sure a lot.
How many
I don't
residents?
know. That's in Southern California, so I'm not really familiar as far as like the death rate to say, but I would suppose that any
So Southern
motherfucker.
California is the hottest part of California.
Absolutely.
The Bay, the Bay, and
Absolutely.
all that going up there. Y'all like the coldest part. LA and all that, they the hottest part.
I wouldn't say LA more so than I would just say Death Valley. Because we also, outside of having beaches, outside of having mountains and snow, outside of having forests, it's a big ass desert down there. Also, so you got motherfuckers that may live a rural life. You got motherfuckers that live in the desert. You got motherfuckers that live in the city. It's, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
You know, and then you got the three major arteries that connect Southern and Northern California is Highway 99, Highway 5, and the PCH, also known as the Pacific Coastal Highway. That's the longest way to get from Northern California, from like, let's say the Bay Area. From the Bay Area to LA on an average would probably take about, like I said, 6.5, maybe 7 hour drive. But that's if you going down Highway 5 or Highway 99, which are straight north to south highways. But the PCH is the Pacific Coastal Highway, so it goes around, it follows the coast. So now that 6 to 7 hour ride then turns into like a 10, damn near 11-hour ride. But that's where you go if you want to drop the top and you got a beautiful chick with you, man, and you know, a tank full of gas, and you want to get out there and go see something beautiful, man, bro, the way that it's a reason why that part of California, like Malibu, Santa Barbara, shit like that, all them famous cities you hear about as far as like in Southern California where the rich people play, they're right off of Pacific Coast Highway. Like that's prime motherfucking real estate. You got multi-millionaires, record producers, movie directors, and all kind of shit, superstars that's been living down there for, I mean, it's big money down there. But that's what anywhere when it comes to real estate, it's all about them 3 L's: location, location, location. In California,
pull my other check in the back. Hold on. 1 second. Check in the back. Pull me up on the other one on my other device. I'm going in the back. All right.
Yeah, but it's just Nick, man, that way, man. That's about all I can say about it. You know, I definitely appreciate the appreciation and y'all pulling up and rocking with the West one time. 050 is the only motherfucking movement that's moving. You feel me? And we everywhere, always studying those who studying us. That's what we are doing every day, all day. You know, but it's definitely a treat for my people to pop up. Like I said, man, instead of coming from the West and working my way east, I'm starting in the East and working my way backwards, man. I fuck with my people, man. I fuck with all of my folks out there on the East Coast, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's always a good thing when we had this kind of dialogue. And on top of that, bring you some kind of good quality content, something that may scratch your head and make you say, or whatever the case may be. It's my pleasure. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, I'm back. My bad. But yeah. I'm just asking questions. A lot of these questions, you know, I already know the answers. I'm just asking because motherfuckers is curious.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's always a good thing to get it out there. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, shit, the most.
Ain't no black people.
Say again.
I said it. Ain't no black people down there, nigga. What you mean?
Where in Southern California?
In Death Valley.
Oh yeah, hell no. Hell no.
I can promise you that. Ain't no just a bunch of black families got that motherfucker. I promise you that.
I don't know. It's probably one. You know, it's got to be one of us. Every motherfucker. I don't give a fuck where we at, nigga. You can go to Antarctica right now. You gonna see one brother in that.
Bro, believe that.
Yeah, you go to Antarctica right now. You gonna see one brother.
I mean, you probably go to Death Valley right now. You probably see one brother like, this is nothing. What do you mean? This is nothing. Go to my country. You're gonna find one out there, but nigga, you ain't gonna find a bunch, I tell you that.
He gonna be more of a foreigner to you than a foreigner.
Right.
That you motherfucking believe, man. Straight up, man. Straight up. And nigga, Chopper said, nigga, that's where the bike gangs at down there.
Yeah, for them niggas with them leather jackets, nigga, fuck out of here.
Yeah, no shit, nigga, fuck around and crash into a cactus on a bike down
there, nigga.
If you see some bike gangs in Death Valley, you can best believe, nigga, they just rolling through. Nigga, it's not stopping.
See it, them niggas trying to see how hot it is out there. We gonna ride through real quick.
Right, but I mean, I don't know for sure because every time I went to Vegas, I always flew. I never drove to Vegas. But if I'm not mistaken, you have to go.
Only way, if you in California, you got to drive through Death Valley to get to Vegas?
Yep.
Nah, I'm not doing that. Then I won't never drive because my luck, my car shut the fuck down right there in the middle of Death Valley. What am I supposed to do then? Fuck out of here.
Well, I think they got like one or two other highways, but they way the fuck out. You like they don't even. You got to go around, and then it's probably other ones. But I know the main one, the main highway that most people take. I'm sure it's little shortcuts and other little junctions and routes you could probably take if you knew the area. But most people who don't know the area, like motherfuckers who may come from Northern California, they're gonna go the way that most people go.
Imagine getting lost up in there on the hottest day. Nigga, you don't lost your fucking mind, nigga.
It's really simple.
Your car's gonna melt, my nigga. How do people even have cars out there? Your car's gonna melt.
No, what I mean by simple is that it's straight shots. It's not like no lot of twists and turns. You'll damn near be on a straightaway for like fucking 45 minutes straight.
Bro, but hold on, you laugh what I just said off though. At 130 degrees,
I know, nigga, I'm sure it's gas stations. I'm sure
your car, your motherfucking bro.
Wheels gonna melt to the ground.
It's not gonna melt to the ground, nigga. But your tires are like, bro, like real shit.
Hey,
so
man,
you laughing. Think about it though, bro. 100 and bro, you can pop your bro. There's not kids riding around with bicycles outside, like, bro.
No shit, right?
You can't even have a swimming pool, bro. Your swimming pool gonna be a hot tub.
Yeah, no shit, niggas.
I don't give a fuck, nigga. You how much cold water you put in that motherfucker? It's 140 degrees outside, bro. Your swimming pool's not gonna stay, bro.
Nigga, you can fill that whole pool up with no water, nigga. You could fill it up with ice.
And that shit would be fucking...
That shit'll be melted in 10 minutes, nigga.
That shit'll start smoking,
hot
nigga.
30.
That shit'll be smoking in a half hour, nigga. From a ice thing to a jacuzzi, nigga. Fuck is you talking about, nigga?
Okay, nigga, you gotta sit in that motherfucker for that first 10 minutes and get your ass out. There's no more ice. There should be no more you.
Word up. Unless your water bill, nigga, you just keep that shit flowing with cold water. Just keep it flowing. Keep the hose on or something, nigga.
Yeah, them niggas ain't got hot tubs. They got cold tubs.
Real shit. Them niggas is in ice barrels and shit. Nigga, what the fuck is you talking about?
No bullshit, man. Shout out to all my apex predators in this motherfucker, man. I'm gonna give you just a pinch. Let me see if I got it on here. I'm gonna give you just a pinch of what I plan on popping out with next. Give you a little preview of what's coming next on the next episode of the Rare Sense Show, because common sense just ain't that motherfucking common. Where my apex predators at, man?
We want an immediate end to police brutality and murder of black people.
Well, perhaps more than anything else, the Black Panthers stood for the right of black people to defend themselves against white violence, even if it meant carrying weapons and using them in self-defense. But it also brought violent conflict with police. And by 1969, at least 28 Panthers had been killed in shootouts with police. Not many people know that the Panthers got some of their first weapons from a man named Richard Aoki. And nobody knew that Aoki was an informant for the FBI.
That's right. We got Chinese Panthers, nigga. Fuck are you talking about? Asian Panther.
Asian Panthers, man. Japanese Panthers.
Japanese
so when
Panthers.
People try to label the Black Panther Party as a black supremacist group or a black hate group. Let's be clear. The Black Panther name as a whole was called the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. Keywords being self-defense. It wasn't terrorizing motherfuckers and out killing motherfuckers and doing all of that type of shit. We're going to get into a little bit of speech about COINTELPRO and all that shit on the next episode, though. But point being, this is why they never said Black Power. More so, they stressed all power to the people.
Exactly. Power
all
to the
people.
Black power.
You know what I'm saying? And it was also another group as well who was a counterpart to the Black Panther Party called the White Panther Party. We're gonna get into a lot of it.
And we also need to get into the remember that skit that Dave Chappelle did? About the black man that was the KKK? Remember shit like that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
We also need to get into the fact that motherfuckers really don't understand the KKK had black members, bro.
Man, come on. Look at the movie Mississippi Burning.
The KKK had black members.
When Emmett Till was killed, I
don't believe that though.
It was black people in that trial.
Thank you.
So yeah, man, we definitely gonna give you some food for thought, man. We're gonna throw a lot of blood in the water out there, man. You feel me, for my apex predators to chew on, man. You know, definitely giving food for thought, man. But it's always a treat. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to thank everybody for pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Thank you to my brother DGR for pulling up. You know what I'm saying? My motherfucking co-pilot. I bet my last penny on that crazy ass Trini. You know what I mean? 050 is the motherfucking movement. Shout out China. You know what I mean? Supreme Shotta, my nigga Harlem Legend, aka E Oil. You know what I mean? Shout out to the G Block. Shout out 10th Street, Cypress Village, West Oakland, California. You know what I'm saying? Fly High Roper. You know what I mean? Shout out to my cousin KOB. And we gonna keep the gas on the motherfucking ass. Shout out to my brother Twan. Shout out to my motherfucking brother Mo P, man, and all my family, man. It's a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Fly High Bombs, man. Cypress Village. That's how we running it. And we gonna be back at it next time to kick y'all motherfucking draws back up y'all ass again on the motherfucking Rare Sense Show. Home of them apex predators out there in that shark-infested waters.
Facts.
DGR, what you gotta say, man?
You already know what it is, man. 050 is the motherfucking movement, nigga. Till next time, you already know what it is.
Man, and with that being said,
this conversation dead. Let's get it.
Never in the history of the Oakland Police Department has there been a day like today.
8 shooting deaths in 7 days. That is what Oakland police officers are dealing with right now. The most recent homicide happened just after 6 tonight in Oakland's Concordia Park.
Yeah. Murder. Yeah. Murder season. Let's go. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, go. This right here is ADB. Shout out to DGR. These rappers go against murder to be in DER. Cause any challenge, I'ma take it. Cook it up and I bake it. Keep it real, I won't fake it. So we're shaking. Your boy hating. I let the toy quake it. Throw bullets like Troy Aikman. And leave that boy aching. Blood on the pavement. A flow like this is ancient. These rappers scared to face it. They couldn't tie my laces. Lyrically get your cat peeled. Flow sick, no COVID, but I'ma act ill. I don't wanna sign to your label. Y'all giving rats deals. Take your top off when that Max spill. Now that's ill. The realest side of North. Back still. Had my own work, ain't never took no pack deal. I don't see enough profit, I don't see the interest. Dollar bills ain't adding up, then it's senseless. Ain't no fast way to success, you can't misstep. Game of life, you might skip jail, but you won't miss death. Gotta get these balls off my chest like I bench press. Moving like a king, and I keep your bitch impressed. Niggas say how to be tripping like he misstep. Your men flex, take out your barber, your kin next. Looking for the ops like what blocks to spin next. The fifth blast like whiplash, you spin next. Bitch bad when she walk past, she spin next. Writing checks your ass can't cash, get you chin check. You better run from me, nigga, or get a gun for me. Signing out DGR challenges, beat the one for me.
Welcome to the Bank. Welcome to the dark side of Bravo.
Never in the history of the Oakland Police Department has there been a day like today. 5 Oakland police officers were shot this afternoon, and tonight, 3 of them have been
Network, Calico.
Cypressville is the realest niggas that you ever feel real big like gorillas, man, you understand?
Nigga, next time you hear grown folks talking, shut the fuck up, yeah?
Network, Calico.
Salute to the team, man. Let's ride.